Pineapple gang, I get the money repeat. I could do this in my sleep. I just spent some money on a brand new NFT. I got crypto keys, yeah, that's why they envy me. Glow, then I skirt off like a brand new SRT. I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs. Baby, I'm no fungible, it's wonderful to me. Say your love been ringing, cause the money calling me. I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs. Not fungible, wonderful, got pineapples on me. Pineapple the gang, and it's pineapple the tea. I put my racks in the on me, I run it up with my bromie. Spent a little back on Ethereum, best believe I got the want me. We on the island like Coney, oh no, no, this ain't no phony. He put a car in the Donnie, 27 racks on the pony. He put 27 racks on the pony. He really burning that on me. I get the money repeat. I could do this in my sleep. I just spent some money on a brand new NFT. I got crypto keys, yeah, that's why they envy me. Glow, then I skirt off like a brand new SRT. I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs. Baby, I'm no fungible, it's wonderful to me. Say your love been ringing, cause the money calling me. I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs. Not fungible, wonderful, got pineapples on me. Pineapple the gang, and it's pineapple the tea. I feel like an astronaut, let's go to the moon, yeah. And we get the cash a lot, it's just what I do, yeah. My NFC costs a lot. I know what to choose, yeah. I know what to do, yeah. I've been on the move, yeah. Why they keep complaining, man? They must be losing.
What is going on, homies and Mets? All right, sorry, I gotta. Oh man, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Let's go, homies. Let's go, homies. Let's go. Get the money. Repeat. Welcome to the stream. Today we have the community update piping in live. Make sure you share this out on Twitter. Let's get it live. Share it all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you do your social medias at. I'm gonna go ahead and share this out right now. Let me go ahead and share this one out. Let me know how you guys are doing today and where you're tuning in from. Let me go ahead and turn that mic down just a smidgen. And then we'll get the Discord pulled up. It's not live right now, so the Discord, they're gonna be tuning and turning that on in about 10 minutes or so. So yeah, let me know in the chat how your day is going, and we will talk some Veve as well. So let me go ahead and tweet this out. Please share this if you know anybody that does not have access to Discord, or maybe they don't know how to work Discord. Please share with a friend. It helps get this channel out into the YouTube ether and helps the channel grow, and it is much appreciated, especially in the crypto winter, especially in the bear market. I appreciate every single one of you for coming here into the channel, liking, subscribing, commenting. It means a lot to me, seriously, and it means the world to me, especially times like this. So let's see here. Join the live and come hang out. I'm gonna tweet that out. It coming about to drop it like it's hot. All right, thoughts on Hulk. What's your thoughts on the Hulk? We saw the animation come out. Thanks for the stream, says Mehdi. Let's go. Daniel Marquez, comment like button. Where are my fan butters? What's up, Kyle? Yo, yo, yo. Love, hey, Kyle. Who the fookie is that? The Conor McGregor. I almost wore my Conor McGregor glasses. I have some Oakleys that look like. Apparently, they look like. I don't know what they look like. They look like Conor McGregor, especially with my beard going on. Pretty funny stuff. It's an inside joke from when we did Decon in LA, and it was a fun time. Had a blast. And LK kept calling me Conor McGregor. It was a good time. It's a good time. All right, maybe you could pull up some Hulk here on the channel and kind of take a look at that. If you haven't seen Hulk, we're gonna pull that up, and you'll get to take a look at the incredible Hulk and get your thoughts on that. So let me go ahead and bring that up for you on screen. All right, so what we have here, Hulk 4,444 editions. Hulk smash. And let me see if I can pull up the video here, actually. Actually, let me minimize that guy. Let's hear this audio. Here we go, here we go. That's pretty terrifying, actually. That I actually love that sound effect. Listen to it, like, not as loud. Oh, dude, that just like gets my testosterone going a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, like, makes me just want to punch a hole through the wall. All right. My thoughts on the Hulk. I actually do like this Hulk. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people were making fun of his face, saying like it's smashed. I don't mind it. I mean, it's the Hulk. It's not like I don't need Hulk to be incredible. I did give him a little bit of a tease yesterday, but it wasn't serious and didn't mean anything by that, especially after a long week of OTC drama. Anyways, I do like the sound effect. The sound effect is cool. Maybe they could have did the face a little different there, but... Ooh. I actually like he's got like white eyes, basically. I mean, it's probably green if you zoom in, but I do actually like that. Like, it looks like he's in rage mode in terms of the eyes. Anyways, that's Hulk. 50 gems, I believe it was, looking at this article. Let's take a look here. Let me know what your thoughts are, though. Some people didn't like the Hulk. A lot of people didn't like the look, the face look of the Hulk, but... It is what it is. Let's see. 50 gems. First appearance. First public sale. 41. Potions today. Potions went live today as well. This one was a bit weird because people were showing that they had sub 40 mints. Like, we saw a few of them pop up in the marketplace. So don't know what happened there. They paused the drop here. The potion. They like put a pause on something to fix it or something like that. So let me see if I can find that tweet here. So we're going to take a look at that. Well, maybe they deleted that tweet. So they could have deleted that one. The bond posters as well. Don't forget about the bond posters. Let me know in the chat if you're going to be collecting the bond posters. I have the old set. I have the first original set of the bond posters. I like this one. I'm not gonna lie. This 1995 here. This is the Bond I grew up with. It's kind of cool. I like that one. This one is provocative. I don't know if I'll collect that one. It says A View to Kill. And it's definitely got the 1985 badge on it. I do think that the badges, the years, are pretty cool. I do like this one. I do like this one. This one is 1987 Bond. You can see here. I like the artwork. Looks very nostalgic. Definitely a fan of the ultra rare. And then we have the 1989 Bond, the year I was born Bond. Not to age myself, the year 1989. James Bond is out on his own and out for revenge. License to Kill. So there's that Bond as well. And of course the this last one here, the most recent Bond, 1995, which is still a pretty cool Bond. Yeah, so those all the Bond posters. I think what is this, a series of poster drops? I don't know if this one's going to be a blind box or not. I think this one might be just a regular drop with different I think they're all ultra rare. So it says they're all ultra rare, all about 907 editions, 40 gems. So it's going to be what you like, what you like. I think this is kind of the first long poster we've seen on the app. Very interesting, different style. And then, of course, we have the regular kind of formatted posters, if you will. They have cool frames. I mean, the frames do look bougie. I'm not going to lie. These black frames have design on it. Those are going to look good in the Veveverse. They already look good in this article. I do like that style of frame. Makes it look premium. So I do like the Bond posters. I don't know if I'll get it. I think I might wait for the secondary market in these market conditions, but we'll see. Posters haven't been doing too well on the app. Not even really the Disney posters. Yeah, the Disney posters, they're just kind of went down after the drop. I think they shot up to like 200 plus originally after the drop, and then they dropped down to, I don't know what they're settled down, but it was below 200 when I checked earlier today. But I've been busy today. I haven't been able to really check the market since then. Let's get the music going. Let's get the Veveverse music going, because that one's like appropriate for this stream. So we got about 5 minutes before the Discord AMA thing starts here, so I'm still looking at it. It helps the channel get through the YouTube algos and all that good stuff, and helps the channel out, and it is much appreciated, fam. Okay, let's see. OBS reconnected. Okay, that's good. We want to make sure we're still live. Don't lose connection here. All right, let me get to the chat here. So chat, I see you. We got people commenting in. Welcome, channel members. We have SoCal Omi Homie, channel member. Daniel Marquez, channel member. We have those two channel members in the chat. My eyes go right to the channel members first, baby. So it's $1 per month. Dear God, I know some of you guys spend $80, $100 on drops out there. At $80, $100 on drops out there. I see you guys out there spending a lot of money on drops. I see you guys out there. Man, how about Chad, by the way? Chad NFT Pirates? Like $1,400 Canadian dollars. You guys are animals. I love it. I love to see that, man. That's the type of stuff that brings a grown man to tears. Super happy for Chad, by the way, out there. Mitch here, the drop pass, number 100 007 drop. What about 007 mint? That'd actually go hard. I don't think that's going to be publicly available, obviously, but that would be cool. That they should auction that off. That should be definitely an auction. 007 mint. Yo, Steve in the house. Thanks for the dono, man. Much appreciated, fam. We got to go over to the, let's see if we can hit it. Let's see if we can hit it. There it is. There it is. The Pikachu. All right. So we had to get the Pikachu in there. Oh, wrong screen there. We're waiting in the Discord. We're trying to see what's going on in there. Okay. It's live. We're going to go over there. Pikachu. All right, I'm gonna hush. All right, guys, I'm gonna pipe over the audio. OG Vault, you're welcome, buddy. Blockchain Andy, I see you too. A couple of OGs in the chat. The Gale, I see a lot of OGs. Man, I'm shocked. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Bear with me. I'm going to try to pipe in this audio. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. I'm going to pipe it in, and we'll move the screen over to the Discord. All right, let me get this piped in. Output. We're going to go, oh, that's why it's going directly to my headphones. So we're going to pipe that into the voice chat. And we should be Gucci.
Yeah, he killed it.
Okay, we're Gucci. Awesome.
Highlight of the event.
Performances I've seen karaoke in my lifetime.
Yeah, I'll second that.
All right, now let me get to the Discord hosting screen.
All right, 2 o'clock on the dot. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Welcome to our latest community update. Keep in mind, we are doing these on a fairly regular basis. Obviously, we want to keep the community informed. This will be the second one in a row that we're doing here in the Discord, just because...
Sorry, my
previously
screen's all jacked up. I had to reset OBS.
The entirety of March, which means...
Blockchain Andy, appreciate the dono, man. Much appreciated, fam.
Record a community update video that we have typically done. But most of the updates I think you're looking for, Mitch can answer, so we're in good hands. Everything said here is just for community update purposes and not financial advice. And that said, I'm Alex from Marketing, and I'm joined today by Ecomi Everyman, Reese Skellern, and Veve Product Director Mitch Mack. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing well.
I'm good.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, of
How
course.
are you, Alex?
It's been, well, I'm doing okay. Just getting over a cold.
I love how they can still laugh.
A great cherry on top of a Sunday that has been, let's say, unappetizing for this week. But
Rip Alex this week.
powering through it, so please forgive me if I do have to take a cough interlude or put myself on mute to sneeze. Don't want to gross anybody out here, but I am sipping on my tea, and we should be good to go. All right. Obviously, lots going
Trying to
on.
fix this screen for you guys real quick.
You know, you really kind of wake up on a Monday morning and it's like you can really go get them this week, right? And then kind of wake up to a bit of a storm of sorts.
Yes.
Obviously, we are well aware of conversation and sentiment in the community, and we do want to touch on that briefly, just to make sure that everybody's aware that they're being heard, and we're working towards resolution on a number of fronts, right? But that said, we do have some pretty good updates today that I think you'll be looking forward to. First of all, as mentioned, David and Dan have been traveling. David, in particular, I believe is in, I don't know, somewhere where it's really late, too late for him to join today. But he did send me some talking points that I do want to read for you here just to start and kind of get things out of the way, because I know there's a lot of people across all of our posts, whether it be drop related or update related, asking the same question. So I'm just going to read this statement, and then we can move on to the meat of the community update today. All right. Imagine David speaking here.
I was going to say, is this going to be a Kiwi accent that you put on? Or?
It is not. I will not do any accents, for my own sanity, just to keep employed.
Please don't. You might get cancelled.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Hey there, Veve fam. Sorry it's been a while since we've spoken. Dan and I have been living out of suitcases as we've been traveling all over the world to promote the platform and work to bring new licensors, partners, and collectibles to the platform. Despite the busy schedule, I wanted to address a concern I've seen voiced in our social spaces. Recently, one of our Veve collectors contacted us directly to inquire about the potential of acquiring a large number of comics and collectibles, including some of the held quantities. It's common knowledge for our users that of the digital collectibles and comics we license, create, and produce, a certain number of editions are held back and retained by our company. Different elements impact that total number held, to include licensor and contractual obligations and our own promotional and archival needs, as the company that creates and distributes these products. This was an unprecedented event, but we determined the fair cost for such a sale, and the transaction plus trade was completed off-app because it included some withheld editions and the amount was too large to be done by loading the needed gems via bank or credit card. Ultimately, here at Veve, we are in the business of connecting global collectors with the collectibles and comics they know and love. But we understand by user feedback that perhaps this transaction was made in haste. As such, we are working to establish a more transparent and intuitive way to broker sales of this nature moving forward. All of this being said, we hear your frustration and we understand your confusion. I come from a physical collectible sales background where these large-scale sales are something that I'm very familiar with, and I didn't realize the backlash a direct-to-consumer sale would incite. The communication could have been better, and we will take this as a learning opportunity for the future. As always, here at Veve, our collectors are the heart of the decisions we make. We will continue to evolve, improve, and change the way the world collects globally. Big things are coming for Veve, and we are excited to continue sharing our vision for digital collecting future with all of you. Okay, so that's straight from the man himself, David Yu. Nothing really more needs to be said on that subject, other than, yes, communication could have been better, needs to be better moving forward. That was a deal brokered by the man himself, who was used to doing things like that, and I've seen him do things like that in the physical realm. and where he goes in and he buys out an entire store of inventory essentially. And I think it was just probably exciting for him, and that's basically where that's coming from. So I will continue to press on the communication front anytime I get wind of those types of things, when I get wind of those types of things happening, but know that we are looking towards moving forward in a positive manner here. Okay.
Absolutely. Just one quick note there, because there seems to be some confusion. People are under the impression some of these collectibles were sub 40 mints.
Oh, right.
So just in case, just want to make that very known that there was no sub 40 mints. Nothing has changed on that front.
Right. No sub 40 mints, though I do believe, I think there were some non-public comic mints, or at least previously available comic mints. There were no sub 40 collectible mints. So, anybody asking to buy like the number 2 Todd, like that's not, those deals aren't ever going to be entertained. So moving on. All right. So we had a bit of a platinum moments situation this morning, but happy to report that immediately before this, we have resolved the redemption mechanism. And just to quickly explain, obviously there was an issue with the mechanism itself in that we noticed a couple of sub 40s were redeemed of the posters. It's obviously a mistake. We didn't intend for that to happen. So what we have done is we fixed the glitch, and we now have re-enabled the poster redemptions via the magical transformational potion. So that let me answer a few questions, ongoing questions that we have had about how that all is shaking out, that mechanism. There is the mint numbers of the posters are all 1923, right? So you have 4 weeks to redeem those posters with the potion based on the corresponding Platinum Moments collectible. And unredeemed posters will be burnt. The mint numbers do not match the posters or the collectible number, in that there's only 1923, so they couldn't possibly match, right? So I think that pretty much goes for that. Any other questions you have or concerns that you need me to bring up on this front, Mitch?
Justin.
No, not particularly. I think I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Like, I probably, this is probably my bad in terms of the small glitch there. I kind of missed the requirement slightly on that front, but we are trying to do the best that we can and ensure that the rollout is of high quality. And in this case, we just kind of made a mistake on that front. So apologies for that, guys.
Okay, well, thank you, Mitch. I appreciate that. But I also maybe don't try to keep me so on my toes on the early Wednesday morning.
Oh, I mean, like I was I was asleep.
Yeah.
My phone started going off, and I'm like, something's not right. So we jumped on it as soon as we can, soon as we could.
Definitely, I appreciate the quick action. Just one more thing of note. I know there were questions about where you can follow to see how many of the posters would be redeemed. I've talked internally with the team that I will be providing, or we will be providing regular updates on Twitter as kind of an update on how many of each of the poster editions have been redeemed. Just so you can make a more informed decision as it gets closer to uncapping deadline. Right? Okay. All right. Well, that kind of walks through this morning's glitches. Oh, just sorry. One other thing. There was a server-side error on rendering profile photos in the market listings for certain profiles. But if you click through, you could still see the photo. That was just purely a server-side error. I know I typically like to address conspiracy theories, but there was quite the narrative floating out there, and let's just maybe not get ahead of ourselves when certain things like that happen. When there was a glitch overall with the drop, I think that was just a byproduct. So that issue has been
Living aloha.
Be able to see profile photos in the market listings once again. So appreciate your patience on that. Okay. let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this is exciting, given that this is one time I'm excited that Dan's not here and that I can share good news for him. I always like to get a little bit of the spotlight here every once and again. Let's talk a little bit
Biscuits!
All right. So, as you may have noticed, we're coming to the end of Q2. And we had stated in November at DCon that we will be rolling out the first phase of beta at the end of Q2. We are on track now to do this by mid-April, which isn't too far behind the original quote. As you know, these are never deadlines or promises, or more, as to quote Reese, guidelines as to our end target dates of when we are aiming for this. But the initial beta group has been identified. Invites will be sent via email to this initial group by mid-April, and subsequent groups will be invited as we monitor progress and iron out any potential bugs or issues. We are aiming to for all to access the Veveverse to be extended across Q2. So just as a reminder, this is a massive project. We're very excited about it. There's a lot of moving parts on this, and will require a fair amount of testing time, so we appreciate your patience. But know that from what we've seen and looking at everything so far, we continue to make great strides, not only here, but across all of our roadmap as it pertains to the Veveverse. So once again, initial beta group identified, invites sent in the coming weeks, mid-April. And then we'll start to kind of systematically.
Hey, Vivi, where's my invite?
More and more people, and hopefully we will have access extended to users across Q2. Okay, Mitch.
Can I just add a couple more things in here?
Yeah.
So just to give you guys an idea, we were trying for the end of Q1, but as we started to get closer to the deadline, it became quite clear that we just have a few more little additional things that we needed to get done, and get done properly. So there's about 27,000 collectibles that have already been integrated across the board to the new system as well. So we're slowly trying to extend that nicely and methodically. And overall, we think it's going to be a very interesting next few weeks. When we actually get the initial user group in there and let them play around. As it access, it's going to be extended in a controlled manner right across Q2. So expect our usual approach to this. We want to make sure that things work. We want to slowly assess what is happening. So as Alex said before, it's really just taking strides and taking one step at a time and just getting it where it needs to be.
Yeah. And quickly, my apologies. I believe I said erroneously said Q2 at the top. I meant we had originally said Q1. We are coming up.
How dare you?
Q1. We're extending this it'll dip into Q2 as far as first beta access. So my apologies. Initial beta group mid-April, which is slightly behind end of Q1.
And just maybe a quick reminder there that there is an article on the Veve blog about how we roll these features out and these integrations in terms of batching users and beta testing. So please be reminded that on that note, if we do discover bugs or some sort of issue, we will pause the rollout until they are resolved, and then we'll resume again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the feature rollout process article that we share often when we have new updates to share. And I believe we do have another update to share hopefully soon, but let's get into that actually. Product updates with Mitch. Before we get into all of your things, Mitch, I just want to remind people that the deadline is approaching to apply for merge accounts. We've had successful use cases, and we've been trying to help people through that have had problems doing the actual merge via the support tickets, but all has been going well to date thus far. And we look forward to continuing to getting everybody who needs to merge their accounts into one. Please check the article on the blog. The form must be submitted within the blog article. There's a form linked that you must submit before 30th of April. And that's essentially 30 days from now, 31 days from now. Okay. Let's move into updates on Master Collector Program.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So before I go into MCP, I just want to talk about the beta process overall first, right? So as all of it, everyone kind of understands right now, we're in beta for MCP. We have been in beta for the last couple of weeks. We're sitting close to around 20,000 people now on MCP itself on the beta. We are aware of the various shenanigans that are happening with the calculations and all the funky stuff that everyone's been posting. So thank you very, very much for that. It's been a massive help for us to be able to kind of figure out like what's been happening and why. So I just wanted to preface that right from the get-go, because I think everyone needs to kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with in the background. You know, the databases are quite large. They are retrospective in nature. So there's 2 years worth of data for us to kind of churn through and work ourselves through it. And it's not always going to be 100% on the dot, because I know quite a few of you have little spreadsheets on the side that have been calculating your own points. For us, it's really about making sure that we get as close an accuracy rate as possible. So there's 2 fronts there. One is your total MCP points, and the second one is your daily accumulation points that we're working on right now. So despite the shenanigans on the machine front and on the accuracy front, what we are going to try and do is we're going to try and get a little bit more aggressive with this in the coming weeks. And we are probably going to start getting more people involved and extending that beyond the 20,000 test groups, because our intention is to actually get it in the hands of the Veve fam itself and have those points start rolling through, because our battles with the machines and the various things that are happening within the machines will always be ongoing. And what you can expect with the calculations is that it does take time to calibrate once you've been given access. That's the first thing. So expect it to be kind of always rolling through. But while we are kind of extending it out to everyone, we will also be making ongoing adjustments and tweaks to the entire program right across the user base, but also well beyond what this beta program might look like, right? So it will be ongoing, just like our battle with anything else that is consistently evolving. Our MCP program is going to be, we're going to get a little bit more aggressive with it, and we're going to start getting it in the hands of users, but expect that we will be making tweaks across. So if you notice changes coming through your daily active points, if you've noticed adjustments coming through your total points and you feel it's not correct, what we will do is we'll also set up a little bit of a
ChatGPT running Veve
things coming through in the coming weeks, so that we can at least have a running record of what is accurate and what is not. Great. Okay, so that said, there have been some updates to. There will be some updates to the article. Reese, do you want to speak a little bit on this? Oh, and just by the way, I want to say shout out to everybody who's here. I just noticed there's 679 people in the audience, which is great. Thank you all for coming to the Discord. In fact, if you stick around to the end, we will have we'll throw up a giveaway bot in the live event chat, and we'll give you a chance to win one of 5 prizes, and I'll let you know what that prize is later on in the show. But
it's a Kripken.
Reese, can you talk to us a little bit about how we're updating the article and to reflect, some of the charts in terms of levels and ranks, etc.?
Yeah, absolutely. This is probably more a request that we got after we released the OUP as a Notion portal, because it makes it quite easy to navigate a lot of that information. So at the moment, the current MCP article is live on the Veve blog. However, we are bringing obviously the MCP and the OUP together into one holistic loyalty program. And we've broken that all down into its own Notion portal as well, that we will release in the next few days, I would think. So that has all the information that you already have in the MCP, and you'll be able to see how both systems are now going to work together to create this loyalty program, and and which features come together. Now, I will preface that by saying I've written this to be much more simple than the OUP. I know a lot of the feedback we received after that was that it was quite complicated, and I don't know how many people actually made it through the whole thing and connected all the dots. So this is definitely written more in a more simple nature. And then you can obviously go and reference the OUP and those documents if you want to dive further into the details. But this should make it a bit easier to understand there. The second thing I have seen a fair bit since we started rolling out the MCP is just a general question or confusion about how many ranks and how many levels there are. So there is 100 levels total, and we have 22 ranks, and you've probably seen maybe a good mix of them out there. So everybody begins at the starter rank. And then we basically have, I guess, 5 classes. So bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. And within each of those, there's bronze 1, 2, 3, 4, silver 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to diamond. And then obviously the highest rank is Master Collector there. So I think they were probably the 2 main points that people had brought up. But really looking forward to releasing this and collecting everybody's feedback and making sure that we're crafting a loyalty program that is fun, first and foremost, and effective, and frankly incentivizes people to continue enjoying the collectibles experience. Did you want to add anything there, Mitch, before we?
No, that's absolutely accurate. Yeah. No, sorry, we're just a bit slow on the documentation. It's not Reese's fault. It's probably mine as well, because I've been kind of busy just fighting with machines in the background. So we'll try and get this out to you as quickly as possible so that it's
Fighting
public
with
and everyone can kind of read it and understand what's going on.
Yep.
Reminds me of the Matrix or something.
We'll come back together and talk about it and make sure that it's clear. As I said, this should be much easier to understand than the OMI utility program documentation. Yeah. But please let me know if it's not, and I'll continue to update it until it is.
Mitch, do you want to touch on maybe just 1 or 2 of the key updates to the Master Collector program ahead of the article, just so we can make sure that it's clear?
Yeah, absolutely. So Reese, I'll bounce. We'll bounce back and forth on this one, right? Because it's actually a joint effort overall. So very early on, when I came into Veve, I looked at both the MCP and the OUP program, and I liked, as much as I loved both of them, I did feel that they were quite disparate, and they were kind of separate programs for MCP versus OUP. So what we've done over the last few weeks was we've put in quite a bit of effort into kind of looking at these 2 programs as a whole, and looking at how they could be brought together to achieve a degree of synergy, right, between the OMI program and the Master Collector program. So what we're going to do from here on out is when that article is released, we will probably be, what you will find is that we have articulated a pathway that combines MCP and OUP together to create what we would call just a loyalty program. If we had a meme for this, we would use a fusion type meme, but I'm not going to say which fusion type meme we're going to use, because I've done that once on Twitter and it's I've been warned that it could set different precedents for people. It didn't end well. So basically, we're trying to fuse the 2 together, right? Fundamentally, because we believe that all collectors should be rewarded right across the board, and it really shouldn't matter whether you're more OMI inclined or you're actually just more interested in collecting the collectibles overall. So bringing the 2 programs together. And having kind of worked this over the last, 9 to 12 weeks, Reese, I don't know how long we've been working on this in the background. Yeah, I think we've got a really good synergy between the OMI program as well as the MCP program, and the document should outline what we're thinking about and how the 2 will interplay over the coming quarters.
Yep. I think that's a pretty good summary, and as you said, it really brings together, those who love to collect, those who use OMI, those who use both, and really just adds a few new layers to the collecting experience. Gives people a lot of chance for new strategies, I would say, in terms of making their way up the ranks to become a master collector, and that in turn will grant access to some pretty fun benefits, I suppose we're calling them.
Yeah. That's a really good point because as these two programs come together, the benefits that we are planning to roll out over the coming quarters will benefit all collectors across the board, and it will rely on a little bit of a fun aspect between your rank, your level, and where you sit inside of the ranking tables to access certain benefits and stuff like that. So it should be quite fun as we progress through.
Yeah, exactly right. And really, it gives you a whole range of ways to earn points, basically earn Master Collector points. And just on that note, I mean, we're referring to this as the loyalty program, but within the application, it will be the Master Collector program, right? We will maintain that moniker moving forward. Yeah,
correct. The Master Collector program will be a merge of the two. Essentially, we'll be keeping MCP in place.
Perfect. Okay, that's probably all we want to share on that just for now until we release this information, and then we can reconvene next week or sometime in the near future and discuss. Yep.
Yeah, deeper dive. Okay, let's keep things moving on crypto pay and beta update.
Thought that they were done for a second. I was like, that's it?
Pay methods, an update on the wire situation. Mitch, can you take this one, please?
Yeah, sure. So we just got off the phone just before this call with Wire overall. They have confirmed that we will be pausing temporarily from 11:59 p.m. The 29th of March 2013 Pacific time. So this will be it's an unfortunate development on this front here. But Wire have confirmed overall that the integration with new banking providers is underway. And we will keep everyone updated as to what's happening on that front. Now, however,
Probably
while that is
MoonPay.
the case with Wire, we will be pushing ahead and doubling our efforts on providing alternative options for payouts from an integration standpoint as quickly as we can. And we will also provide updates on that as we develop. So in the future, there will very likely be options for users to decide how or which vendor they would want to use to initiate payouts overall.
Okay, great. So to reiterate, 11:59 p.m. on March 29th Pacific time. So that's like tonight. Okay.
Correct.
Temporary pause, and we'll keep everybody updated on everybody updated on when that will be up and running again. All right. So crypto paying, then I know you're continuing to move ahead on that. Do we have just any minor events or minor?
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. With the situation, crypto payments is actually ready. It's already been rolled out to a 20,000 critical mass audience base and user base, and we've seen some really good results coming from it. I have chosen to withhold the release to the general population at the moment, only because of the developing situation with Wire at this stage. So once we have a little bit more clarity on the Wire front and we're a bit more confident that things are going okay, it will probably be opened up to to users across specific countries to start off with, to make sure that we're kind of keeping things in as controlled as possible before it goes into the ether and to the general space.
And what about payout transactions made before the deadline tonight? Those will continue to be processed.
They will continue to be processed, correct.
All right, let's move on then to
Deadline tonight, huh?
I'll come across my desk, which I think will be very exciting for people in terms of what's next in the development pipeline, and that is Waitlist. Can you give us an update on Waitlist?
Yes, I can. Let me see.
Waitlist. Shout out Bloomdog. Haven't seen you in a while.
Quick update is that we are just prepping the next release, iteration 244. It was submitted to the Apple stores today, and it's just sitting on the approval queues on the apps. And when those come through, we will release it across the apps, both stores, Google and Android and iOS, and on web as well. and that release contains Waitlist in terms of the capability. Okay, so technically we have tried to keep it inside Q1. It is still the 29th of March from various parts of the world at the moment. So the waitlist capability-wise is included in the next release. However, where we will use the waitlist is being worked through right now as its first kind of introduction to the community itself. So this functional capability is in place and will be in place in the next update. So once you do get the updates, please update the apps. Please update your apps so that you can receive the benefits of the feature itself. And when we will use the waitlist is still being worked through at the moment. But it will be probably starting with more controlled drops to start off with before it becomes more widespread in its use case.
And we mentioned
And just
it would be some kind of wholly owned IP, i.e., a Veve logo or something like that, right?
I can't confirm or deny that at the moment. We're still working through that right now.
Okay. All right. We'll
and
see
just quickly on the waitlist, users will be able to participate regardless of whether they're on mobile or web. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Perfect. And do you want to
cross-platform?
Yeah, cross-platform. Cool.
Do we want to talk
the
about
other thing to add? One second, Alex. Just as the other things to add on the waitlist are that this is sorry to say V1 of waitlist, where we are still kind of really only going to be restricting access to the waitlist for KYC users specifically, to ensure that there is a good control over some of the more kind of pressing pain points for the community right now, which is around things like botting and all that type of stuff. But V2 actually brings not a physical or a aesthetic enhancement. Sorry, someone's at the door and my dog's going crazy, so apologies if you're hearing the dog bark. As I was saying before, V1 of waitlist is out. It's going to be restricted to KYC users, but we intend to actually roll out an enhancement to the waitlist before it actually gets used widespread across the business and across all drops, right? And V2 will really kind of contain more backend and logic-based enhancements to the waitlist, where we fully intend to kind of weight drops and priorities to KYC users specifically.
That was called a queue. It's called a waitlist now.
These are little snippets and nuggets of information that I'm really happy to release because we have heard you. We are watching how other partners, or not partners, how other businesses that are similar to ours are conducting waitlists, and we are making sure that we're putting in as many mechanisms as possible to address a lot of your concerns, particularly as we start to kind of loosen up the KYC processes across the app in the coming months as well. So we're kind of aligning that and trying to make that happen in tandem so that we open up the app to new users, have them access the application and explore the app easily to find content that they like, but at the same time kind of securing the concerns or addressing the concerns of how a waitlist might be exploited.
Got it. And do you want to take any time to walk through the mechanic, like how it actually works? Like, opens up X amount of time before the drop, you get in or anything like that. Has that all been fully mapped out yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's a standard waitlist process, right? But the waitlist will start in 30 minutes, an hour, depending on what we've set in the background. People join the waitlist as a single entry. They have X amount of time to exit the waitlist, and then the waitlist closes. Exit or enter the waitlist. The waitlist closes about 5 minutes just before the drop, and then when the drop time happens, waitlist goes through a random selection of the users that are on waitlist, and it assigns you a collectible, and subsequently you have a further 5 minutes, I think, to make a purchase. Otherwise, it gets reverted back to the pool. Anything unsold will just be, available in the store from then on.
Cool. All right. Excellent. Okay, let's keep it moving then. Thank you very much for those updates. I know that a lot of people have been asking for both updates on MCP and waitlist. Good to hear about crypto paying as well. Let's talk about some of the Q2 objectives.
Yeah. absolutely. No, I think what we want to start to do is communicate in objectives with the community moving forward. Learning from previous events, I think it's best to stay away from both, for all parties concerned, on finite deadlines. So what we will try and do is communicate what we are going to be focused on in Q2 of 2023, right? So there are three key objectives that we're looking to be focused on from a roadmap point of view. One is we want to bring cross-platform consistency in experiences. So as all of you will probably be quite aware, there are quite a few inconsistencies between the various experiences on web versus on app, etc., etc. So what we're going to try and do is embark on a little bit of a cleanup program to ensure that we bring the app from where it is today into the 2023 web-based standards at the very least. From an experience standpoint, and you will have a consistency of functionality, features, and design really across all platforms to start off with. So that's one of our big objectives. So that's getting cross-platform consistency across all platforms. The second objective that we will be kind of focused on in Q2 is actually OMI to NFT. So a lot of people have been asking about OMI. A lot of people have been wondering what's happening with OMI, etc., etc. It is our focus. We do want to bring that utility to the token itself, to the application. There are, however, some interesting problems that need to be solved on that front, but this is where it links to our earlier mention about bringing the MCP and OUP program together. So OMI to NFT is really a pathway for any OMI holder to acquire NFTs, starting with the secondary market, on the secondary market, using OMI itself, assuming that the person selling the NFT is willing to kind of allow that to happen as well. So the idea is for us to focus on this as a second objective within Q2 itself.
Oh, Q2.
This links nicely into our MCP program overall, because what we intend to do there is really allow some degree of benefits for users using OMI to purchase NFTs. So example would be on the secondary market, if you have activated an OMI-based transaction, you will probably very likely be rewarded with one-off MCP bonus points. And that will stack to your total point accumulation for the day. And a lot of this, more of this development around how OMI will interface with MCP points and the MCP program overall will continue to be developed. We are still working on quite a few things in the background as well around how you can then leverage OMI-based benefits and how that will also then link back into your MCP point collection. But the starting point for us, guys, is really OMI to NFT. We have heard you. We have seen the feedback, and we really do want to make this a key objective for Q2 in itself. So hopefully that addresses quite a few questions around what we're doing with OMI overall. And this will be the first of several steps that we will take in that direction over the next couple of quarters.
Excellent. That's really good to hear, and I know a lot of people will be happy to hear that is. We haven't forgot about OMI, obviously.
Not at all.
No. We just had. I think the general sentiment is that we haven't spoken much about OMI because, one, we've been working in the background. We have been thinking about what we want to do with OMI and how we build that utility through the program. So the good news is that for us as a product organization within Veve itself, we have a ratified product strategy that will carry us through for the next at least 12 to 18 months, and it centers around really us kind of evolving the Veve product quite nicely from where it is today into the direction that closer. I call it more like, instead of just simply being a Web2 organization right from the get-go and staying there, what we want to try and do is take very methodical and measured steps towards getting upwards towards 3, but not quite there. I think we're trying to find a balance. 2.5, maybe 2.6. I don't know. We'll see. But there is a plan. We are going to move forward with that, which will kind of mean that we will start to put a little bit more focus and emphasis on the tokenomics and the token side of things, and you will start to see that come through in the experience and how that interlays with the MCP program as well.
Yes.
Oh.
Excellent.
I'm going to continue. There is one more objective, so we have 3 objectives for the quarter. The third objective for us is spending MCP points. So it's all well and good to just stare at your points accumulating. All well and good to say, I'm accumulating this daily points and it's inaccurate and because we will be fighting this battle right across the next few months anyway. But we felt that, out of everything else from a priority standpoint, we want people to be able to utilize those MCP points that you've been accumulating over the last 2 years as well. So MCP points and spending MCP points will be part of our objectives, and the first cut of that will very likely be an extension of the waitlist itself. And what I mean by that is we're going to allow the expenditure of MCP points to access additional seats or waitlist entries for a user to, ideally increase the probability of your drop being secured for that account and for that collector itself. And you can spend MCP points to do so. So those are the 3 objectives that we have, at least for Q2 when it comes to what our roadmap looks like. We've got cross-platform consistency. Then in no particular order, by the way, we've got OMI to NFT, and then we've got spending MCP points.
Going to be a really solid quarter, and you just touched on something there, Mitch, in no particular order. Maybe it's worth just touching on a lot of these things are starting to develop concurrently as opposed to linearly now that we're really expanding there.
Yeah, actually, good point. Yeah. I completely just completely slipped my mind. So as Reese mentioned, these things, we have 3 objectives. These 3 objectives are in no particular order. We are gonna try and activate them concurrently, which means the business in itself, and Dave and Dan have made a very conscious decision to really invest in our development capabilities overall. So we have the confidence of the business, of the founders, to try and activate this simultaneously. So what we're kind of moving away from is this whole idea of trying to queue things up and things happen sequentially into ideally delivering things simultaneously across various work streams.
Perfect.
All right, so a lot of exciting stuff coming. Obviously, look, everybody, we are real excited to keep moving in a regular clip here. We're really hard at work on building these teams. As Mitch just mentioned, kind of working on different things concurrently. We have a lot of things happening in the next couple of weeks, including that initial group of Veveverse beta. We have Master Collector program continuing to roll out. We'll have the article outlining the changes and updates to points, levels, ranks, etc. In the coming days. And then we just outlined the Q2 objectives. So exciting stuff. We apologize, obviously what the perception is that, for some reason that we were ignoring or have no longer cared about the OMI token. That is not true. Obviously, just to reiterate what Mitch had said, we just really needed to get our heads together and figure out how to best approach. And I think we have a good plan. So, in Mitch we trust and whatnot.
No, please do not do that. There's a whole team here. There's a whole team here that is all dedicated to actually getting this VV program and everything that we're doing moving in the right direction, right? So it's not a single person effort. It is a team of people, and the 2 of you are absolutely part of this as well. And thank you for your support. But the other thing that I should mention is I've seen some notes flashing up on the left hand side here. Sorry guys, I'm trying not to get distracted by the things flowing up on the right hand side of the screen. But something to touch on is somebody's mentioned interoperability. As much as that it's not part of the Q2 objectives, it doesn't mean that we're not looking at anything blockchain and token related in the background as we plan for Q2, Q3, and Q4, right? So as Reese alluded to earlier, we are able now to activate simultaneous streams of work, and some of those pieces of work are actually around discovery. So a lot of you would have noticed that IMX actually released updates around new capability, their partnerships with Polygon, and all that type of fun stuff. What we are looking at is how we can leverage this as well. So from an interoperability standpoint, sorry, I can't
The big word.
interoperability. Interoperability standpoint, what we are looking at is looking at the developments that are happening within layer 2 on IMX and how they are allowing us to use some of those capabilities to solve some of the interoperability challenges that we may have. So until we understand that thoroughly, we're not going to comment any further on that. But what I can say is that is on our agenda. We are talking about it right now already, and as we solidify what we want to do with interoperability, we will definitely communicate with everybody and keep it nice and open.
Right on.
Perfect. Between now and then, please don't win us or at us about interoperability, Sam. Like, we're working towards that those solutions as we can.
Yeah, and we'll also try to keep communication streamlined on that issue, as it has probably not have been streamlined in the past. We'll make sure that we all are aligned internally as to what our goals are with interoperability. Okay, thank you all for joining us today. That was pretty much the entirety of our updates, unless you have anything that we didn't have mapped out here in the agenda, gentlemen.
The only thing I will touch on or point people to is the videos that Corey has been putting out on Veve YouTube. Shout out Corey, shout out everybody in the team on that side. But I mean, I know I'm personally learning a heck of a lot from those videos, and I just think they're such a great introduction to a lot of the comics we're releasing. I know there's a short clip that came out about Hulk that's on the channel as well. So if you're not aware of those videos, go check them out. Leave Corey a comment, some feedback if you want as well. It'll help us to craft that content
exactly
as well. Alex, yeah.
Just from a marketing standpoint, it's imperative that we do create content like that to reach a new new set of users, right, and become a little more discoverable as digital collectibles, NFTs, licensed IP, etc. And for SEO purposes, search anytime somebody's searching Disney NFTs, for instance, and we have are able to create videos like that or blog articles, of which we will be releasing the new blog soon on vv.me. But yeah, absolutely, Corey's been killing it, and it's just a matter of really warming up all of the licensors to the concept and having enough lead times to produce these things. But he's really been cranking the stuff out. So please like, subscribe, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm on YouTube. And share as much as you can, because we really would love to get more eyeballs on these things and enlighten people to all of the great content and IP that we have here on the platform. Also, from just a marketing standpoint, again, what I continue to work on is more infrastructure based and not particularly sexy. It's all about getting all of the data dashboards and CRM in place so that we can continue doing good outreach and targeted campaigns across email, paid social, etc. All of that is happening in tandem with the infrastructure kind of building out. You may have seen some of the promoted posts as of late. We're experimenting across the board on Google and on Instagram and Facebook. So that is all happening, whether you see it or not. And we're really looking forward to, as we get closer to moving KYC a little further into the user journey, onboarding journey rather, so that we can get more new users on the platform and get them using collectibles in showrooms, etc., without having to put down a passport right away. That's going to open up an entire new set of possibilities and get us a little more able to kind of do more of the kind of promo code type activations that you've seen in the past with either movie theaters or at Comic-Con, etc. Also, still continuing to work on the event schedule for the year, and we'll have more details on that very soon. One thing to note on the Hulk drop for this Friday, this is the first appearance of Classic Hulk as he appeared in the 60s comic books. There will be a total of 5 Hulks, 4 dropping of different iterations of the Hulk. As you if you're familiar with the comics, you may be able to guess which iterations of those are. And if you collect all of them, you will get the 5th one airdrop.
That scared the crap out of me just now.
Obviously, is Classic Hulk, and you'll have to stay tuned to see what other versions of the Hulk will be coming. So single SKU to that's Friday. Sorry, yes, Friday dropping at 8 a.m. Real excited for that one. I think the animation and the sound is great, and we'll look forward to seeing what else we have in store from that Hulk series. Otherwise, still a good amount of stuff coming up in the month of April, including some more new IP. And just a reminder on the 31st, we'll be taking that snapshot for the Gary Baseman Memento Moa pieces. If you collect both, you will get a 3rd piece airdropped. He recently opened and had a gallery opening in New Zealand called Memento Moa, and we're really excited to be part of releasing those pieces in tandem with that gallery opening. So make sure you check the Medium article and get those pieces if you want that extra airdrop.
And check out the Corey video.
Check out the Corey video with the interview with Gary himself. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Yeah. So shout out to Gary Baseman and shout out to Corey for putting that together. We do have, let's see, what can I tease here? We are going to do this. Let's do this giveaway thing. So Mods Eagle, if you can help me by posting the giveaway bot in the live event stage chat. All you got to do is really click the emoji, and we will pick 5 winners to gift one of the transformational potions that dropped today that you can use to either hold on to or redeem for a corresponding poster to your Platinum Moments collectible. I'm giving away 5 of those, so please head to the live event chat, scroll up to where we posted that bot, because I see the activity is going ham right now, and click on that emoji to enter. And it's as simple as that. We really appreciate everybody sticking around today for the updates. Keep an eye out on the socials for links to the updated articles for MCP and any information regarding further rollouts, including that waitlist update that is being pushed to app stores now. We'll have more information on how that exactly will roll out in the coming days to weeks as soon as Dan is back in town from his travels. And I think that's about it all I have to tease for now. Got some more DC coming up, some more Star Wars, some more Disney, some more USPS.
Just drop a fire at it.
Wafer.
A lot of good stuff coming. Anyway,
It might be
That made me giggle.
from the
from the
Chat.
chat.
Yeah, I was taking a photo. Hey,
it's triggering me.
All right.
just
Thank you.
just one note while that's happening, guys, because I saw everybody yelling exchange in the chat as well. Yes, of course, exchanges are a priority and part of this kind of rollout strategy. We don't control when listings go live, but just in case people aren't aware, as soon as you engage with an exchange, we're under non-disclosures. You can't really talk about any of the details or any of those conversations. So we will never pre-announce or pre-hype any sort of listing, and obviously you'll see it when they go live. But until those days,
can I just add on to that, right, guys? So with regards to the exchanges, I mean, as we said, we're always working towards that, but I think a lot of our focus in Q3 is going to, make us a little bit more of a interesting kind of listing on these exchanges moving forward. But we want to really focus on the utility side of OMI to start with. The good stuff around the exchanges will probably happen in the coming quarters, and we're just looking at where we go with that one overall. But it's about really just making the token a little bit more useful right from the beginning, and then starting to build on the usefulness of the token right across the coming quarters.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, again, thank you, everybody. We appreciate all your patience given this week's hiccups, and we promise to continue to hold these on a regular basis to get everybody updated, streamline communication across the board, And look, I've been very impressed with the way things are going as of late, and I'm looking forward to kind of taking all of you with us on this journey as we continue to build and build and build. So that said, we're going to end it here. Good luck to everybody who entered in the giveaway bot. We will be contacting you directly when we close that down. I think Eagle, how long do we got on there? Like maybe 15 minutes? Let's say to the top, maybe 3
to the top of the hour even.
Or top of the hour. Yeah, it's 2:55 now, so 5 more minutes. You got 5 more minutes to enter. All right, you got to scroll all the way up in that live event stage to find the
Good luck. Yeah.
All right.
Eagle, if you're listening, I don't know if that bot can be dropped elsewhere and have the same comp, but maybe post somewhere else if that is the case. Otherwise, just scroll up there, guys, and good luck. Thanks for joining, everybody.
Thank you very much, everybody. Talk to you next time.
Take care.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Wow. Wowzers. That's a lot to take in there, but it's also not a lot to take in because that's kind of not really a big update. I mean, I was honestly expecting a little bit more. Luckily, the crypto market's doing kind of like everything's kind of pumping in general. The OMI token just kind of like is in the middle there somewhere. So yeah, I think the biggest thing there was that the OUP is like being merged with MCP. I missed that whole part because I was like trying to run the stream. So I did kind of miss that part, but you guys kept me updated in chat. So I was able to read the comments in chat to really stay up to date on that part. Got everything else, which was pretty much just, basically everything's going to be Q2. I don't think anything's really rolling out in Q1, which was what I expected. When they announced Q1 last year or whatever that was, I never thought they were going to drop it in Q1. I actually said that in some videos and streams that we would probably see it in Q2, and it's going to be Q2. I think the waitlist, which used to be called the Q system, that one is technically needs approval in the App Store, and that's going to be rolled out here pretty quick, but technically that's Q2 as well. So let me get back to chat. A lot of funny stuff in chat today. Shout out to all the OGs and channel members here in the chat. See, Kenobi Omi isn't a token to pin your hopes on for the next bull run, maybe the one after. 129 people watching. Poll for sentiment. Let's run a quick poll as these winners are still being selected. We still have a couple more minutes before they select a winner through the bot. So let's go ahead and start that poll. Does this AMA get you excited, or what should we do the poll on? Does this AMA get you excited? Yes or no? We'll just do that basic poll for now. We can always run another poll just right after this one. We'll just leave this up until they announce a winner on those. I guess, was it posters? I'm not really sure what they were giving away, to be honest. Left us with more questions and answers. I do agree on that. Now I feel like I have more questions. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's going to be beta users in the Veveverse, but when does that roll out? I would have loved to see more information about that, and possibly an announcement of a Medium article so we can get more details there. Then the OUP merging into MCP, like what's that look like? Why are they doing that? And there's just so much questions. And I was hoping to hear more about the team. Did they make new hires? Are they scaling the team to meet the demands of the features of the app that they're actually building? So there's a lot of questions I need to, hopefully they'll be able to answer those types of questions in the community. So I do agree. I think this kind of AMA creates a little bit more questions for me personally. Maybe not for you guys. Maybe some of you want to be a little bit more patient. Wait for quarter 2. That's totally fine. All right, let's see here. Put all your money into Mermacordo. It's not financial advice, says OG Vault. Shout out to OG Vault there. Medi says, in the middle, you mean down the abyss of the pits of a heck. John Doe, mostly just we're stuck still on track. Yeah, I don't know. Mostly just we're still on track. Is it? I mean, I feel like we missed the Q1 goalpost here, so I feel we are. I mean, if you've been watching my channel, technically we're on track of what I said, but I'm not. I don't work for Veve, so technically that's on track. But I feel like we missed a couple things in quarter 1, and Mitch is having to probably play catch up. And that's kind of why I said at the beginning of the year that this year was going to be the year of delivery. I knew it was going to be a tough job for Mitch to come in, and I know he's got his work cut out for him. So I am rooting for Mitch, definitely, and hopefully we can see the features that we want in the app, right? We're accustomed to a lot of these features in the beginning, and hopefully they'll be able to re-roll some of these features out and get this dialed in correctly. The waitlist around the corner. Veveverse, man, I'm literally, I feel like I'm in the desert of the Sahara Desert, and the cup of water or like finding a pond is the Veveverse, and I just haven't found it yet. I'm still wandering around the Sahara, waiting for the Veveverse, and then hopefully we'll get to it eventually. Hopefully I'll get that beta access, and hopefully they'll be able to let me stream the Veveverse, and hopefully we can get some of the content creators on board. Again, the ambassador program for content creators would be amazing, because those types of betas I think are crucial for Veve as a platform, but also so we can get these content creators like what we have in the community streaming some of these experiences and things like that. So I think they could take advantage of that. I don't know if they will. Hopefully they will. Fingers crossed on that. More of the same about what I expect from Veve AMA, says Slider. I consider sell 30% now, says Medi. Left us with more questions and answers, says Blockchain Andy. Justin says, what will make Veveverse unique besides the IP? Justin says, good point. You need sticky games. You need sticky interoperability, in my opinion. And it doesn't have to be like necessarily like I send my NFT from this wallet to that wallet. It doesn't have to be that type of interoperability, but from a game dev perspective, where you have the assets interoperable among different experiences, like exactly what Ready Player Me is doing. And they even brought up the term interoperability in GDC week with, I think it was Unreal Engine. They actually use that terminology when referring to assets being used in different experiences, like what we saw with Unreal Engine announcing their Fortnite editor or whatever, the Epic Games editor, and they're kind of like metaverse. So I think that what they're doing is really interesting, and hopefully we'll see that type of functionality with the assets that we have with Veve. So you can't wait for Randy to tell us how amazing this is, says Jake. All Chat Gaming says no, LOL, anticlimactic. Yeah, a little bit of anticlimactic. I wish I got some more positive news here. I was hoping that they would announce something about the Veveverse. Again, I've been looking forward to the Veveverse for a while. I saw the demo at DCon. It was pretty cool, but I really want to run this on my PC and see how the graphics really stack up here, and how they render out on my PC, and I can stream this stuff. I'm super excited about it. I just want to be in there. That's where I'm at right now. Kenobi says, no specifics were shared on what developments are needed in order for us to go on IMX. A little vague. Yeah, the features, they're excited about it. Everybody's excited about the Polygon ZK EVM compatibility with Immutable X, launching using Polygon ZK EVM tech stack on Immutable. That's just basically going to allow us to be interoperable, use bridges, swaps, and all kinds of stuff like that. It's going to allow for all the dApps that are being built between mainnet Ethereum and the ZK EVMs or ZK platforms that are also compatible or also using Polygon ZK EVM. It's just going to allow much more meshing and things like that. So that is definitely good news, but we're too early for anything like, we're not going to see any fruit from that for a very long time. It's not going to be like next month, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be like a year or two for really the ZK EVM to really, continue to snowball into something that we see the fruit from. There's a couple of bridges out there that use ZK EVM and things like that, but that's a long-term type of deal. I'm excited about it, but I'm excited about Web3 games too, as you guys know. Hopefully we'll see. I want to see more partnerships in that department. I really want to see that. Let's get to the winners real quick. So let me pull up that, and I've run out of Hopium. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I wish we had more to talk about. Let me see if I can get to the chat here. VV general chat. Where is the bot here? Let's see if it announced. Bear with me. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Congratulations, Grandpa Vegeta, Falcon Hoof, L Glove, Piccolo, 3434, Cincy Dana, and MF K-Wall or something like that. It says you won. So congrats if you were able to squeeze in a quick entry into the Discord giveaway there on the official VV Discord. They struggled to even pronounce interoperability. Yeah, I wasn't too excited about that either. Interoperability, yeah, that wasn't a good look. I can't dodge that one for VV. That one did look not so good. I do like Mitch. I know he's got his hands full. Hopefully they'll be able to scale the Web3 side of things. I know he was like saying Web 2.6, Web 2.5. He even mentioned interoperability, but again, we're not going to see any fruit from that for a while. It sounds like they're still working on just core features, and merging now, I guess, the OUP with MCP. So yeah, there's a lot to kind of take in, extrapolate. I'm curious to how everybody's going to dissect this up and kind of like spin it, so to speak, on like all the different spaces. I'm just trying to be very objective here, unbiased. You know, as somebody that's been waiting for a very long time for a lot of these features, I just wish we saw a little bit more meat on the bone on this one. Definitely. I did buy, full disclosure, I did buy OMI tokens last night. I'm buying kind of this dip. Don't use that. This is not financial advice. Don't, do your own due diligence. It's risky because the market could like decide just to dump, in my opinion, but I'm just speculating on a quick little rebound. I was hoping this AMA would be that catalyst. It doesn't sound like it will be that though. So, any opinions on rabbits used in games on VV? They're static. I don't know. Maybe that I could see them doing something similar to what Quid did, where Quid had stickers or their NFTs, and you can port those over to Sandbox. I could see that happening. So yeah, I could see them like maybe following something similar to what Quid did, which I think is great. I think Quid is actually, in terms of tech, Quid is absolutely destroying the game right now in terms of their tech. Like it took me literally like 10 seconds. Like I clicked mint and then it minted my NFT in like 10 seconds. And all I had to do is pay $3 in fiat. So like I paid $3 on my card and it was $3 to cover gas. And I'm sure it was like way more than that to actually mint the NFT, but Quid actually covers the gas fee for you. So I thought that was very interesting. I would love to see features like that on Veve. We definitely need to, I wish we could like hire the collects team or, the team that built HRO and Hero. That would be so super cool. I'd love to see all those features kind of roll out on Veve. I struggle to announce interoperability on Stream Daily. Good point. Pronounce 2. It is a tongue twister, that's for sure. And 600 people, I'm sure he was nervous. So good point there. He could have been really nervous. I mean, not everybody has the ability to stream in front of hundreds of people and, just deliver and be confident. It does take practice. So if I was Mitch, I'd be nervous too. So that's a good point. John Doe, there's a lot of different projects working on the metaverse. I want to know there are plans to keep users spending more time in the Veveverse and really stand out when all these metaverses are going up. Technically, all NFTs could be used in games in the Veveverse since people will be able to make their own games with TypeScript. That's a good point, but I don't see that like being official. So that's a good point, though. I mean, we could see like the community build games, but I don't feel that we're in the like that macro. Like we don't have that type of level of kind of developer, I guess, game developers in our current like sphere or space. If we can attract like the wider Web3 space, there's a lot of game developers out there. I'm in Neo Tokyo. It's like literally only focused on building around Web3 and Web3 games and development. And there's a ton of developers in that community. But not a lot of people talk about Veve in that community. There's a few of Neo Tokyo people that do, but we need to attract those types of talent and those types of individuals in the community. And by doing that, you definitely need features like crypto pay in, because they'll use their crypto to obviously buy NFTs and Veve. So I do think that feature is really important to bring a little bit more liquidity into the market. I do think that's a feature I would like to see open back up pretty soon. Let's see. He turned on my little flashlight light thingy. Pokemon has become a ghost, says Stan. I'm not really sure where the Pokemon came out, but I mean, Pokemon could do something in Web3. I don't know when. I think they will. I think it's just a matter of time. It could be a couple of years. Could be 3 years. I don't know. But I think it's a matter of time before really all companies are just in Web3, to be honest. I think, again, we're seeing the kind of like the bricks being built of Web3, NFTs, and that's the building blocks of really the metaverse long term. It's just, I know it's like cliche to say that, but we really are. We have to go like through these cycles and things like that. And companies have to like be lean and efficient. There's so much we have to go through. Quid, HRO, ILV are all outperforming Veve in my honest opinion. The Dodo soon. The Lambo 235. Hey everyone, says Veve Belgium. Hey Lambo. PBS Kids. I'm one of the giveaway winners. Should I not? Is that real PBS Kids, or is that like a fun account? That's pretty cool though. Either way, that's a creative handle. Should I or not open this, or just give away? I don't know how they plan to contact the winners. I imagine you get a Discord message from the mod, but you have to be extra careful on Discord, man. There is Scam City, and you have a lot of people that are wanting to steal your information, so you got to be very careful in Discord. So if you do get a message, or at least go and chat, and you can actually tag moderators in there, that's a better way to do it. I don't really go on Discord anymore, but you just have to be careful. That's all I'm trying to say. And just probably message or tag a moderator in a chat in the Discord. I'd probably try to stay away from messages if possible for like the scam reason. You just got to be careful. That's all I'm saying. Hey Lambo, ILV has supposed to be launched in 2021 as well. LOL. But with ILV, they have like multiple betas that are actually out already. They've launched like multiple products. And their UI is absolutely killer. So if you go to their Iluvatar drop, the UI and UX is stunning. It's like insane how it's like HRO level, just Illuvium theme, right? And they have a leaderboard points. It's super fast. It's built on IMX, and transactions happen like boom, boom, boom. And you connect your wallet, it takes a couple clicks. It's not bad at all. And when IMX is going to roll out their passport, it'll be just a one-click login. So I'm excited for the IMX future, because this could integrate with Veve and interoperability. I don't know if they'll utilize passport for a while, but it will be cool to see it roll out throughout the ecosystem. Veve just needs Disney to tweet about them a few more times. I just don't know if Disney's going to do that. In the bear market, they just cut the Metaverse team. I think they'll continue to drop NFTs. I just don't think they'll tweet as much until we see some more traction around NFTs, or those types of promotions like Prime. What was it called? Disney Plus. ILV has a new trading card game that looks cool. Might ape in. Yeah. OG Vault. I purchased one mega pack. It's like the alpha. It costs a lot of money. It was like $190. I haven't opened it yet, but they have an unboxing ceremony, like animation already. It's very high quality stuff that they're building. But again, Illuvium has like 200 people on their like staff, and like 90% of those people are all developers. So like literally the entire DAO is like developers. So they're able to just like blow away. That's how they're able to like have such high quality assets over there. But yeah, they could be definitely a huge IP, a native Web3 IP, that's going to be super successful in the future, like kind of like Basie, long term, just because they have those high quality and well thought out assets. I've done well with the Illuvitar cards. Make sure to use the Illuvidex tool. Yeah, the Illuvidex is really cool. Take a look at Epic Games and Fab. They're not NFT based, but there is where the metaverse excitement is. Millions of active users and 3D models are amazing. Yeah, Fab is really cool. I think that's a precursor of where things could go, because they are digital assets. It gives game developers just literally you just download the plugin right into the editor, and you can just literally buy assets right there within Unreal Engine, or at least that's what they said kind of on their announcement. And this is going to make it easier to develop games and build things like in the Fortnite and all these like different like experiences within their wheelhouse. So it's really cool. I think that's the future of where NFTs are going to go. I think you'll have like curated NFT collections, and you'll be able to port them into all these experiences in the future. It could be 5 years from now. But I think that's a precursor of where things are going, just based on what we saw with Unity and the SDK and how many Web3 SDKs that they launched on their verified solutions list. So I think that's where the future is. How's everyone thinking about the getting the digital collectible and the physical, having both feels like amazing like Todd? Yeah, let's launch those, baby. We are still waiting on phygital stuff. That was another thing that I think went behind, that flew under the radar, is we were supposed to get phygital stuff. And they teased that like last year. So I definitely would love to see more phygital stuff drop on Veve. I just think they have so much on their plate that it's just like went on the back burner. But I would love to see that for sure. I would love bust statues. Like imagine limited bust of Superman or whatever, and it's like exclusive to Veve. There's only like, let's say 100 of them. And then that way, like content creators or whoever can throw it up in their lives, and you can see this like crazy cool like limited bust. I think stuff like that would be really cool. 100 might not make sense because it costs a lot of money to produce them, but I think maybe like 1,000. I don't know, something like that. I also bought, let's see, one of 18th scale models of the Lambo that dropped on Veve, like 2025 and 99 editions. Dang. All right, Mr. Lambo. We'll make some awesome videos with both and post them on Twitter. Yeah. Tag me in that. Definitely want to see that. But yeah, I totally agree. Living Aloha. Manuel Garcia says David mentioned in his last interview that Fidgetals would be coming in the summer. An unannounced AAA brand. Hey, I bet it's going to be a gaming brand. Anytime he says AAA brand, I just immediately go to gaming. I don't know if that's just me or if that's you guys too. But that's what goes into my head when every time he says that. So we could see maybe, I don't know, like what do you guys think? Is it going to be like, imagine Pokemon statues? That would be insane, even if it was not trading cards but just a statue. Now I know that's like big time speculation. I get it, the P word. I know the community reacts that way, but I could actually see that. I could see something simple like that. Yu-Gi-Oh even, but a gaming brand. I don't know. Maybe it's like Capcom. Maybe they do a Capcom Phygital. Maybe they start off slow and hype the game category up more before they do Pokemon. Again, Pokemon, in my heart of hearts, I don't think it'll happen for a while. Then it's coming in 1 to 2 years if he gives deadlines, add years. It's pretty funny, not gonna lie. The best community since a long time, says Jess the Frog. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, well, I'm going to cut it there. We've been rambling on. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much. Appreciate all my subscribers and members here on the channel. Much appreciated, fam. And we'll probably hop on over, see if there's any spaces going on. I imagine so. And I will see you guys in the next video, in the next stream. Be like an NFT, be authentic, and we'll see you at the, I guess the Hulk drop. Is the Hulk drop the next drop, or is it the James Bond? I think it's the James Bond and then the Hulk. And yeah, I think that's kind of where the current drops are, and the potions just dropped today. But yeah, we'll see what they drop this coming week and see what happens with all of that. But that's all I got for this one. Nintendo is super conservative, most likely one of the last companies to join. Exactly, yeah, it could be a while. But maybe they tease some stuff. We'll see. But that's all I got for this one. Peace out. Be like an NFT. Be authentic, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
watch them charts start soaring. Crypto to a Lambo, it's a foreign. I've been all around the Veveverse, we been touring. FOMO, fear, missing out while we scoring. On me millionaire, 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 millionaire. Cause you know when it rains, it be pouring. We was all investing, they was snoring. Now look at my collection, it's enormous. On me millionaire, 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 millionaire. Bullish on that cryptocurrency, and you know it. Ever since the pandemic, we been really on it. Bullish on it, cop an NFT every morning. On me millionaire, lifestyle never boring. Meet me there, on the moon, it's important. Thank you to everybody that supported. Now we poppin' champagne, that's important. And we kept playing the game, ain't aborted. Solid diamond hands are rewarded. On me millionaire, 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 millionaire. Trip out to the tropics where it's gorgeous. Gotta protect my wealth with a fortress. Someone showed me I could probably be on Forbes. On me millionaire, 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 millionaire. Bullish on that cryptocurrency, and you know it. Ever since the pandemic, we been